And here we go, my inaugural stream. Here I am in the flesh. Finally going to give you a little bit of a look into the beta. And of course, you know, I'm very happy that myself being the Warrior fan that I am, they granted me out of my 10 characters, the Ultimate Warrior, to be able to play in beta. And let's take a look at what they're going to do with him in terms of at the 4-star level. See, what we have here, so we have a finisher that's about 38k, and you're destroying seven random gems. Now, the Gorilla Press creates the cross break gems, which was the optimal build. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about why there's been a shift here in terms of how this game's going to run if everything stays the same. And mainly that is that the gem damage, so we take a look slowly here, the gem damage on the reds is about 2996. It went from about 2500 to that. So we're talking about at or about, you know, about a 20% buff. However, the health, as you can see, doubled. So the gem damage is not in line with the health. So as a consequence, it really moves the game away from going from a lot of gems to wanting to focus on move damage. And you can see what they did here. With a 3800, you figure 7 randoms. He's breaking on average about 2,000, 2,500 a pop. That puts his finisher, without a buff on it, you know, somewhere around 58 to 60k. Which sounds nice, but when you're dealing with an opponent with 200k health, it's not really where we want to be. Additionally, the cross breaks here, again, they're nice, they're good to recharge, but the gem damage isn't going to be in line to where it really needs to be. I'm going with the green move just because it creates the red. It's 8, and yes, it only one match only by turn 5. We'll have this thing ready to go. You can see his new move. It's a destroy random 1x4. It really doesn't do a whole lot for you, and you know, maybe with the cross breaks on it, it might have more of a you know, a better utility if we could choose that 1x4. And I mentioned that to Jeff in the beta testing, that maybe they might want to tweak that a little bit. Otherwise, it's just not something you want to do. You can see here the yellow move, they change one less random gem linked colored to red, and then obviously the 11 charge destroy. That's a whole lot of purple that you have to gather while you're chasing the red. In terms of trainers, I'm going with Batista with Sting. And you know, I mentioned before that really you're moving away from the one hit and done. That being said, with the powerhouses here, you can see that their move damage is substantial. The Warrior, before we're talking about any gems being broken, comes in around 93k for the 2 red moves together. So you need to get to it. And you can see it's not a real quick charge. It's a 14 charge. I mean, so that's a long way to go. So you really do kind of need the help here. Another way to run him would be potentially with Jeff, and we'll play around with that. And that's the value we have here, is that we can run him a couple different ways. Let's run him against Bret the Hitman Hart. This is the Trickster Bret. Trickster Bret has a secondary moveset. It's kind of like 2 ways to run him. This just gets you to the sharpshooter quicker. His green move turns into some purple. And, you know, let's see if he's going to run that, because I've yet to do it. He is running that, so let's take a look real quick. And you can see it runs. It has the links the 7 black to purple, and then the other is the 8 random. So you're kind of flooding the board. So if you want to run steel, and it looks like that's what he's running against us here, as I have my coffee, you know, you're flooding the board. It's kind of like a Miz setup, and it even is a Miz to some degree as we take a look, and you can see, you know, it's a submission, but it's a random submission. It's nothing exciting. He's going to have to churn me a couple times, and I bet he probably will. I mean, take a look at all those greens on the board. That's not doing anything for us. So what I'm going to do here is just try to at least wipe out some of them. But it sounds like, you know, we're going to get flooded right away. At least we pick up a red and begin the chase. And there's his 5 across. And let's see what he gets in turns. He chased his purple. Not a bad move. So here we are with the cross breaks. and only 2 because I'm not going with Jeff. Because again, we're trying to chase the finisher here. You can see we have the 38K, and look at this. We actually do get a little bit of a break here. Now, the question is, which are we going to do? If we go here, if we go with the green is not going to pick up 1 red, not 1. So I'm guessing what we'll do, at least we'll get 2 reds on this, and then maybe we'll get lucky otherwise. So we also know. So there's a cross break. You can see it's only 17. So there really isn't a whole lot of value when we're dealing with somebody who's at 200, 220K and picking up these cross breaks. Can they cascade? Sure, but even in 80K, you're not winning the match on it. It's not happening. So here we go, and what do we have going here? What we have here, let's take a look, because we picked up 2 on the 1, so we still need 2. And it's really going to be a question of, do we want to get greedy or not? Because, you know, the purple here, a purple match, we're still away. So it isn't really a discussion piece then. What we'll do here is maybe we'll get lucky and pick up a purple coming down. We'll take that red right there. So now he's going to flood us with the purple. It would have been a block, but, you know, I think we can take it and we can handle it. You know, so there's his random. He'll get it. He gets his little cascade. A little bit more than a little cascade, but you see what I'm saying here. So, and what we'll do is we're going to block the purple again. And here we go. So the finisher is ready to go. Brett's sitting about 145. What we're looking at is a, you know, 54K at or about, and then he's going to break 7. So this will give us an idea. Remember, he started around 220, so he's going to have, you know, by the time this is done, right around 40% health. And we pick up the cascade, and it's 76. So we're looking here, 37, and he'll kick out of this thing, and that's part of it. So you can kind of see how the gameplay runs. Now he's going to hit me with a submission. And now it's really just going to be a question of, what do I want to do? Do I want to actually break it, or do I want to try to set myself up? You know, I'm thinking I probably just want to try to set myself up as best I can. So I think that's kind of what we're thinking to do here. And, you know, we'll go with this. Just see how long these matches take. So the purple, there's no red to play with. We're going to go right here. We'll go with the purple. And now Brett is going to get his purple, trying to get charged up again. He's doing a heck of a job. You can just see we're actually working here. You know, if it wasn't a submission, it probably would have been in my best interest to wait for the purple move to get ready to roll. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But you can see, basically, you need all 3 with a buff to be able to finish it. If I had the purple out there, I'm pretty sure he would have been able to kick out. And here we go. We should be able to wrap it up with the cross break. Right, now it's going to blow that whole thing up. Looked kind of pretty there. See, 76K, it's nice, and everything was charged up. And that's one way we're going to run a Jeff Hardy way, and we'll see that way you can kind of cycle him a little bit more. And, you know, it's going to take a while to get to the finisher, but it's one way to play him. But you can kind of see how long these matches are made. Obviously, facing someone with a submission set us back a little bit, but it wasn't crippling. You also could see I got hit with everything Brett had, and, you know, I'm still with a heck of a lot of health. So that's kind of what we're dealing with, you know, when we're going forward. Now we're going to switch it up. We'll do one more match for you. And let's do it against the Miz, who's been modified. I'll pass on the feedback for now. 15 health packs. And I know everyone's concerned, but yes, it's been discussed that, everyone kind of understands that there's going to have to be some sort of change with the health packs. So what we're going to do here, and we'll see how effective it is, and I'm hopeful it will be. We're going to still keep the Batista build in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to go with Jeff. Because the idea here still is you want the finisher to, put them in position where they can't kick out. So, as a consequence, I'm still going to keep that buff on. Now, let's see if I can find Jeff. There he is. It's just going to take us a little bit longer to get to it. But the cross breaks may help us along the way. So, you can see where we're at in terms of how to build characters, where to go. I put a little bit of that snippet with Razor. So here we go. Let's see. What do we got to work with? We've got purple and we've got red. So the question is, do I want to chase? My thought is, knowing how the computer prioritizes, I should be able to get the cross breaks ready on turn 3. And here's how. I'm going to take this red. They're going to take that purple. At least they should. And they did. And I'm going to take the red right here. So we've got 2. Unfortunately for me, the board is pretty bare with red to charge up. And you can see I'm not even fearful of the fact that we're going to get flooded with purple gems, because purple gems, the gem damage just isn't there. Look, am I going to lose health packs? Of course I am. But, at the end of the day, it's not something so catastrophic that, it's going to hurt me. So here we go. We got a few options here in terms of how we want to play these cross breaks. We have matches available. Again, ideally we want to get to the red, as many red gems as we can. And it's kind of funny that we don't really pick up red, or we don't pick up purple. If I take the black up top isn't really going to do anything. Because and if I take the green only clips 1 purple, and it doesn't set up anything either. So, it's really going to be a situation where it's probably in my best interest to take the black, get the guaranteed reds, because with this situation here, we'll be able to at least get 1 red, 2 red, and it doesn't seem like it makes sense other than to pick that one up. I'm looking here and I just keep staring at it. I guess we can get 2 purples in the red if we take the black one over, even though we don't get as much gem damage. Other than that, the blue's out of play. So we'll go that way. We'll pick up a couple purples, and that'll help us along the way. Let's take a look if they let us. Come on. I paused here. Now let's go back. There we go. As we know, Miz is going to try to break all our cross breaks, as is customary. So he's going to flood the board with some purple. Hopefully it'll leave some purple for us to be able to get a match and charge up. So there he goes. 55k. Ooh, 55k. Not scary to me. So let's see. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm thinking, let's take a look at this. We got 7. So we'll be okay if I just go secondary gems here. So I want to leave the board with as many secondary gems as I can. The problem here is going to be that I don't want to do it, but I have to here with this red because of the fact that you can see I have the cross breaks. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit them with a colossal cross break, and it should give us something to work with here. This is going to be a double hit here because we're going to hit the gem board right there. But again, not substantial, 28K, but it gets us where it needs to be. And you can take a look here. He's going to hit us now with his very, very weak submission move. The question is, can I get to it? And it looks like it's actually in a decent spot here, unfortunately. So, I mean, this could be somewhat annoying for us. Let's take it down. There's the yellow. And of course, you know, from the sky, we had it all set up, and yet there was a match right there that had to blow it for us. Alright, well, I mean, it is what it is. What we're going to do is we'll try to preserve. You can, again, just see how long these matches take, which is fine with me. But let's take a look. So what do we want to do? We've got 114 health. We know if we get the red, we can get to the finisher. But we also know if we get the purple, that we have that purple move coming. And maybe, just maybe, we can get one of these green matches to get us what we want. So you can see. So he blocks us there. And again, it would have been a perfect setup from the sky. But unfortunately, up above had different plans. Fortunately for us, we've got the cross break and a whole lot of red, which should put us in position to win this match. So, and when I say win this match, I mean win this match with the finishing move, which is 58K prior to the randoms. I'll lay it down just to make it look fun. And I stand corrected, it's 37K because we're going to be breaking the gems now. And I did not put the buff on. Actually, I did put the buff on. See, that's best case if you catch it with the gems on top. So you can see. It looks like health pack wise, we're pretty much in the same spot. I'll do one more match and then I'll bid adieu. Just because some of these submissions, the submissions don't really give you an idea of the flow because obviously it's setting us back, you know, an MP 1 or 2. But you can see the flood, the board guys here. I mean, you're not winning. You're not winning that way. And with submissions, the only way to win is if they're at 0 health. So, you know, you're not getting it there. It's just not happening. And you should, you know, have your plans accordingly. So let's face somebody a little bit. Let's have you guys take a look at what a 270 health looks like. So Booker T's going to be a bitch. Booker T obviously has the protect gems. Booker T also has huge health. I think it also should change the way we play a little bit here. There's no quickness. It's 280 health. So, you know, 270, 280 health. I'm definitely going to go with the Jeff alignment as opposed to going with the Sting alignment because we have some time here to kind of set the board up. And this, I think, is exactly what Jeff was talking about when he was on the podcast this week in terms of decisions that you make to kind of, you know, sculpt yourself. So here we go, off the start. Not exactly what I was looking for. No reds, but we'll get some purples and so Booker's going to get his yellow. He's probably going to get these protects out pretty quick. Fortunately, they're in a block, so it's not really that great. Here, what we're going to do is I'm going to try to set up to get that second purple match so that I can get them out on the board. You can see his massive health, and there's his block. So, let's get our purple match so we can at least change some gems. And I'll work on getting rid of, this should work out well for us. I'll work out trying to get rid of these protect gems. Okay, so what we'll do is, they're all just kind of, I'm going to get rid of it just to to dump that and dump the yellow with it. So you can see we haven't really affected them. Remember too, part of the value again is protect gems only work with gem damage. They don't specifically deal with move damage. So that's the way kind of around it. You can see this is his new finisher. Hits us for 42k. We're going to break that. Okay, protect a bit. Let's see what else. Let's take out. Now these are going to come in at 15k a pop. So let's see how much they can protect there. 19. Okay, so we may go down here. Certainly may. With the... But we don't. We live to see another day. Now, again, part of my plan here is to take our time taking out these protects. So he's just kind of sitting there, you know, forgive the term, with, you know, his dick in his hand, kind of, and that's part of it. You know, you hit and you go. So yes, I'm at 100k. He hit me, but he has a whole lot of work left to do. Not to say I don't. As we look here, I mean, it's not exactly a great board for me, needless to say. So let's take a look. Cross break wise, not a whole lot. I mean, the odds of 5 not helping me are pretty rare, but unfortunately that was the case. So do that. Let's see what Booker does here. So we're 1 away from the finisher. I would have loved to get a purple match here, but that's not happening. But we do have some cross breaks we can cause some havoc with. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with the cross break yellow. And let's see what we want to clip. We'll just go this way. Lucky Booker. So again, this is kind of talking about, we can lay the finishers at 154. I don't think it's the move. I really don't. We're sitting here in a situation where 7 out of 9 and 6 out of 8. So my suggestion here is let's knock out the cross break, and we're going to knock out one of the protects. So now we're in a position where we've worked hard, we've done what we could, we used our 2 secondary moves while chasing our finishing move. Despite the fact that we're taking, you know, some bit of Booker with us here, we should be in good shape. So what we're going to do is, he's at 146. We're going to put the cross breaks down first. Then we're going to change and get as much red on the board as we can second. All the while setting up 1 cross break. So that's at 146. So there's our pin, and now it should be havoc when we're ready to finally lay that finisher down. So on the board we're going to have 1, 2, 3. And amazing. And that's the thing in terms of the Jeff build there. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's all those cross breaks. Not one of them went off. I mean, they're also. I did speak to Jeff regarding potentially the fact that, you know, they don't change any of the gems in terms of they won't break them if they're done. But you know, you guys can just see just how long these matches take. I mean, we're winning the matches. It's against an equivalent 4-star, but I mean, you can just kind of give an idea of what I'm dealing with in terms of management of these 4-stars. And you know, I'll do one more with the one last build. Whoops. We'll do it against another protect guy. And what we'll do here is we'll do the old build just to kind of show you guys the difference. So we'll do the old school build, Sting and Jeff Hardy. It will recycle. I would love to show you that yellow move. It doesn't fit in right now. I mean, it just doesn't. There's no way it fits in. So this is the older move. What this is going to do is this is going to ideally, get everything off as quick as we can. But we're going to have to cycle it. Doesn't mean it's not the ideal build. It just means that this is a situation where if you hit the finisher, you're not necessarily going to win. So, all right, we finally get a red match on our first. So go there. Now maybe we'll get something to work with here. Again, as you can see, the gem damage is not the game changer it used to be. So part of me here was hoping just to pick up matches where we can get things ready to go. And again, I don't get anything. It's funny, I did a lot of preliminary testing on Warrior right after Jeff came out, and he had himself a pretty good percentage on getting cross breaks, but it doesn't appear to be the case. So we could be in for a world of hurt here with Braun. It's really going to depend on what that finisher does. I mean, here we get the black changes to blue. It's a weird change choice there, but nevertheless. Okay, so we have the finisher ready with Warrior. So these are kind of the questions we have. Do we do it now, or do we wait? Where's his finisher? So Braun's finisher's not ready right now. I would say at this juncture, it's probably in our best interest. Let's take a look at the Protect Gems too. Protect Gems are 21, so we got about 6,000. I can wipe out 6,000 Protect Gems, or I can do a cross break here. Whoops, easy. And wipe out one and take some health off. That's what I'm going to do. And look, we hit the home run on it. And that's the nice thing here. We kind of hit the home run. Maybe he'll break his own to try to kick out. Maybe not. Okay, so we're in position here to hit him with his finisher. He's still got 100 and some health. So let's get first the cross breaks down. Now, the next piece, which is really going to be interesting, is the fact that these are going to turn, we're going to have the purple move, and it's going to turn the greens into red. See, that's the interesting piece there. So now his finisher's ready to go. If it wasn't, I mean, I would have gone crazy here and probably gone and tried to reload more cross breaks. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for the finisher, and we're going to take a look and see if we can get what we need to finish him off with this health. See, it only comes in at 51K with that entire piece coming on, and you can see the kick out, and that's the issue, and that's why I brought up earlier. I mean, we had all that loaded up. You need the move damage. I mean, you just do. And that's really the only way that I can see this really working out for us. So the question now is going to be, I'm going to do this move here, knowing that I'm going to need to set up that purple. And that's what we're going to do. And that should be enough to kick out. And it was. So, again, back to square one. I hit all three moves and back to square one. So, this is the dangers we have in terms of, now you talk about gem damage. You can see where Braun is health-wise. This is going to really blow up the board here. Blew up literally the whole board. I'd love to see what this number is. 77K. So we cleared up the whole board, and it was still only 80K. I mean, look, it hit, it won, but you get my point regarding the damage. So I hope this video was informative to you guys. You can see I'm still undecided as to what Warrior's best move is. I think Batista's going to be the move. The question really is going to be whether or not we want Jeff to get it loaded or whether or not Sting's the right move. But I think that's going to be the way we go with it. But hopefully I'll be able to get some more videos out. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.